Welcome back to our 5th standard science online class, my dear students. In the previous class, we completed safety from fire and fire extinguisher. Today in this session, we are going to learn about what is first aid and first aid for cuts and scratches, first aid for fractures and first aid for burns. Dear students, take page number 39 in your science book. Let's start. What is first aid? Do you know what is first aid? First aid is the first or immediate help given to injured people before they are taken to a hospital is called first aid. What is first aid? First aid is the first or immediate help given to injured person or injured people before they are taken to a hospital is called first aid. Look at the picture given. This picture is a first aid box. This box contains Dettol, bandage, antiseptic cream, etc. Now let us learn some first aid tips. Dear students, take page number 40 in your science book. First aid tips is first aid for cuts and scratches. Most cuts and scratches heal on their own in a few days. However, we can follow certain basic steps to ease pain and avoid infection. What's the meaning of the term ease? Ease means serious pain. The first step, clean the wound with running water to remove dirt. Look at the picture. In the first step for cuts and scratches, first clean the wound with running water to remove dirt. Next, second first aid tips for cuts and scratches. Look at the picture given. First, clean the wound with running water to remove dirt. Next, apply an antiseptic cream and cover the wound with a clean and dry gauze or bandage. Apply an antiseptic cream. What's the use of the antiseptic cream? Antiseptic cream is used to protect the cuts and scratches from germs. So, the antiseptic creams are applied. Next, let us learn second first aid tips for fracture. If we fell down, there is a more chance to get fracture in your bones. If we fell down, there is a more chances to get fracture in your bones. At the time, what first aid should be taken? What is a fracture? Do you know what is a fracture? A break or crack in a bone is called a fracture. A break or crack in a bone is called a fracture. It is very important to not move the fracture part. A cloth sling or a splint should immediately be tied around the fracture to hold it, and the person must be rushed to the hospital immediately. Look at the picture. A cloth sling or a splint. What is the meaning of the term splint? Splint is a thin strip of material used for supporting broken bone is called splint. A cloth sling or a splint, look at the picture, should immediately be tied around the fracture to hold it, and the person must be rushed to the hospital immediately. These are the first aid tips for fracture. Understand? Next, let's learn first aid tips for burns. What is burns? Burns is a type of injury. How burns are caused? The burns are caused by fire, hot liquids, friction from cloths, or even chemicals. What are the three types of burns? Do you know what are the three types of burns? First, minor burns, next chemical burns, third severe burns. These are the three types of burns. What are the three types of burns? Minor burns, chemical burns and severe burns. First, let's see minor burns. In case of minor burns, first you wash the burnt area under cool running water for some time. Look at the picture given. First, you wash the burnt area, means affected area, under cool running water for some times. Cool running water means flowing water. Apply antiseptic cream or a paste of baking soda on the burn. What is the use of the antiseptic cream? Do you know what is the use of the antiseptic cream? Antiseptic cream is used to protect the burns from germs. So, you should apply the antiseptic cream to the affected area. Next, let's see chemical burns. In case of chemical burns, first you remove the cloths around the burnt area. First you remove the cloths around the affected area. Then place the wound under cool running water. Then dry and loosely wrap a clean bandage around it. Afterwards, you call the doctor immediately. Understand? Next, third type of burn is a severe burn. If, however, it is severe burn, a doctor must be called immediately. Any blister if formed. What is the meaning of the term blister? Blister is a swelling on the skin, usually filled with water. Any blister if formed must not be pricked. Also, do not try to remove any piece of cloth stuck to the burnt area or apply any cream or ointment. Dear students, today in this session we completed first aid, then first aid tips for cuts and scratches, first aid tips for fractures and first aid tips for burns. Write down the homework. Read page number 39 and 40 in your science book. Thank you, dears.